everybody and welcome to my new video. Today I'm gonna do a Q&A vlog and I've been wanting to make this video for so long. I've actually published a post on Instagram in February, so beginning of this year. Now it's the end of the year. Where I've been inviting you to ask me some questions, and there actually have been quite some questions, so I'm really sorry that it took me so long to make this video, but honestly there has been just so much going on in my life. As some of you who are reading my blog or following my Insta stories probably might know, but I didn't forget about this Q&A. I thought better late than never. So let's directly dive into your questions and answer them now. So, first question. Emmeline Delapay, a friend, musician friend actually, wrote, I want to know more about where you live, like history, what it's known for, your favorite recipes, and what your house looks like. So thank you, Emmeline, for the questions and greetings to you. Mwah. I think about the house, it would be better to make an extra video with a little house tour maybe. I'm planning to do one very soon, promise. So if anyone else would be interested in how we are living, just let me know in the comments below. So the other question of Emmeline was about the place where we live and some historic background. So we are living in the countryside of southwest Germany in a village with about 2,000 inhabitants, and the next little city is called Sinsheim. Sinsheim is known for its Car and Technics Museum, where you can see many old cars and airplanes and even slide down from some old airplanes, which is very fun, especially for my children. But not just for children, to be honest, it's very fun for me too. And then there's a big indoor pool and wellness center and a football or soccer arena, however you called it, where I've never been to because I'm not interested in it at all. And all the grocery stores and shops are in Sinsheim. So if we have to do some shopping or some grocery, we would drive about 10 minutes to Sinsheim and do everything there. Historically, it is known that there have been Celtic settlements in this area and beyond this area. In 1829, a man called Carl Wilhelmi found many Celtic graves. He opened them and found armor, weapons, jewelry, and old books in it. There also have been found Celtic ring walls from about 400 before Christ, as well as household utensils from ceramic. All of these finds are now in the local history museum, and as a little fun fact, when I was about 20 years old, I was jobbing in that local history museum, and I was playing in a historical theater group as well, which was a lot of fun. So next question, what is my favorite recipe? I can't really name the one favorite dish because I love food and I love different tastes from different areas and cultures, and there's just so many delicious dishes and recipes that I don't really have the one favorite. But in general, I love greens and veggies and fruits, and but I also do eat eggs and fish and seafood and occasionally meat as well. I used to be a vegetarian for many years, but during my first pregnancy, I remember I was craving for some things like chicken soup, and I just gave in. But I would say that we don't consume a lot of meat, and we mostly cook fresh as well and use organic products. And for baking bread, cakes, pancakes and so on, I grind my flour fresh from whole grain spelt with our little electric grinder. So I really do care about a wholesome and healthy nutrition. It's not always easy, and I'm not always super focused in it, because when life is getting a bit messy and with children and everything, sometimes you just need to be fast, and so I'm not super straight with that, but I'm giving my best and I'm trying to implement it in the daily life with the children as well. So, next question. Xenia's Art Design, my friend Xenia from Canada, wrote, I know you have a beautiful castle not far from where you live, and I remember I googled a little bit about it, but maybe there are some native tales about it or about the area in general. Germany is full of deep history. Or maybe there are some legends, something spooky. I hope I'm not making it too difficult. So, first of all, thank you so much for the questions, and greetings out to you and your beautiful family. So no, you're not making it too difficult, because as another little fun fact, I've been working as a travel guide too in my early 20s. You see, I've done a lot of different kind of jobs. And so I've been a travel guide at that exact spot in this castle. So I could tell you a lot about it, but to keep it simple, Fabio and I have been there back in February or March, and I really try to break down the information to the basic, most important ones. And so, yeah, enjoy the little tour and let's go there. So here we are now at the entrance of the little castle fortress, which was built around 1400 something. It's not sure when it was completed, because the walls have been built in a different time. But anyway, let's enter and I'll show you the rest. So here we are at the entrance of the fortress, and some of you have asked if there have been some historical happenings or some myths about this place, and there was indeed one historical happening in 15, well, there have been many, but the most profound probably, and the one that is still most talked about, was in 1525, when there has been a farmers' revolution, and the farmers who came here actually burnt down the fortress, well, at least the wooden parts of it. And as there were some people here living as well, like some dukes, which were taking a lot of taxes from the people, so they have been very angry about it, and they came here to burn it. But it didn't have a happy end for the poor farmers, because some of them, like some of the, how do you say it, wie sagt man, Anführer, heads, like leaders, some of the leaders of this revolution, of this movement, have been hanged, and the other farmers who have been involved had to pay a fine, which was quite high. So, but there are still a lot of stories about it, and there has been even a theater playing here who was playing the whole story. So, yes, that's it. Let's enter and I'll show you the tower. So, as you probably could see, the door was locked, unfortunately. And since it started raining a lot, we just headed back to the car and drove back home, which takes us about 5 minutes because it's just in the neighbor village. Next question. My friend Claudia from Finland, alias Miss Northern, was writing, "Can't wait to watch this video. Here are some questions. I hope they're not too personal. Did you have a religious ceremony on your wedding or not? What does marriage symbolize to you? If you would live somewhere else in Europe, where would you live? Have you completed your studies? Was it natural health care? I'm sorry, I can't remember the exact word. Did you make promises for the new year? Tell one. What is your plan you're most excited about this year?" I hope this wasn't too many. So that's definitely a lot of questions, but thank you very much for asking and for being so interested in my life, and greetings out to you as well. So I'll give my best to answer your questions. So let's start with, did you have a religious ceremony on your wedding? And the short answer is no. However, both Fabio and I do believe in God and we appreciate Christian values. I just personally believe that church is, and a priest is not really needed for, I don't know, make up this holy unification or however you want to call it. Plus, I'm not baptized, which makes it more difficult for us if we would want to have a church ceremony or something like that. So Fabio was growing up in a family with a Catholic background, as very common in South America, and I was raised Christian too, but my parents wanted to give the free choice to me as well, to my siblings, if and in which religion we would want to be baptized or to enter, which I believe makes absolutely sense. So I did it the same way with my children as well, because I think that should really be a personal choice, and little babies cannot make any decisions and choices. So yeah, that is one thing. The other thing, like I said, I do believe in God and I appreciate these values, and so it is meaning a lot to me, but I don't believe that this needs to be confirmed in a church. I rather believe that God sees the heart of people and how we behave and treat each other, and that is much more important. So we just had a civil wedding, and however, the registrar, I don't know if that's the correct word, the one who was like guiding the wedding ceremony, was preparing a beautiful speech and was very poetic. She put some poems in it, and it was quite deep and spiritual too at the end, and it was very beautiful. We had a translator who was translating everything into Portuguese for Fabio so he could understand everything too. And yeah, after that we just went to the house of my parents and just celebrated a bit with them, mainly with family, because in this time it wasn't even allowed to meet many people. But it was in the summer and it was nice weather, and it was a very low budget but a very beautiful, nice little cozy wedding, and that's all we wanted, to be honest. So it was a very beautiful day. And then the next question was, what does marriage symbolize for you? Well, apart from being with a person I dearly love, I think marriage is a great field for learning and growing and for inner self-development. And it's probably one of the most challenging and difficult fields too. but one of the most beautiful as well, if we are willing to commit ourselves really to this relationship and surrender into it, with complete faithfulness, of course, and with complete openness and love. And we need to be willing to learn. I think that's the most important, because we are not perfect and our partner is not perfect, and this we need to accept first, and then just be willing to forgive again and again and again, and learn and grow together with each other and learn from each other, on the way, along the way. And this is what makes it even more beautiful. I think it is difficult at times, but it's absolutely worth it. The next question: if you would live somewhere else in Europe, where would you live? Pooh, that's really not easy to answer because there are so many beautiful countries and cultures in Europe. I've traveled to more than 10 different countries within Europe already, and all of them are beautiful in their own way. So I really can't say like the one, but I actually would like to travel more again. I loved to travel when I was younger without children. It's much easier, of course. But yeah, that's like one of the plans. But I'll answer that later because you asked me about one plan I am most excited about. So I don't continue talking now because I'll keep it for that question. So next question: have you completed your studies? So it was an apprenticeship for naturopathy. That's the word you've been probably looking for. It's all about natural health care and alternative medicine. It's really, really interesting to me, and I didn't finish it, unfortunately, because we had 2 different lockdowns and the children haven't been to school and kindergarten for several weeks or months even altogether. I needed to homeschool the children, which took a lot of time, and the household and everything, so I really couldn't catch up with my studies in that time. And now we have a baby, which also makes it difficult. So I paused it, and I hope when Helena is a little bit older that I can continue and complete it. The next question was: did you make promises for the new year? And what is a plan you are most excited about? So, well, now the year is not really new anymore, it grew old already. But anyway, I can't really remember that I made some promises or goals for this year. I've been talking with Fabio about different things. We were making plans and talking about what we would wish for our future, where we see us in the near future and the little bit further future. And out of these conversations, they were crystallizing some goals. And so to come to the next question, which was about the plan we are most excited about, it's actually we want to go travel together with the children, all the family, and not just for a short vacation, but for some months. The plan is to save some money and buy a camper van or a caravan and just go drive into the unknown. That's so adventurous. I'm really, really looking forward to that. And yes, that's also where what I was saying before about where would we live in Europe, we are actually going to find it out, because that's one of the reasons why we want to travel through Europe. We want to find a place where we could live better than here and where we just feel like home. I love Germany when it comes to nature and how well everything is organized, but if you look at the politics right now and how everything is over regulated and how the people are controlled by all kind of laws and rules made up by the government, it's just getting to a point where I just prefer to live in a country a bit more relaxed and open. And I know that this is existing. Germany is one of the worst countries when it comes to regulations and laws and things like this. I think Austria is almost the same or even worse right now. I don't know, it's quite the same level. But I think there's probably no other country in Europe which are so strict like that. So and I wouldn't mind being in a bit warmer climate sometimes too, because or to have some real winter. Like we were thinking about going maybe to Sweden or Finland, sometimes even in winter, to have some real snow and some real winter, which we don't have so much here. Here it's mostly gray and wet and rainy and cold, and that's really not so nice for a long time. So yeah, or to have it just warm and sunshine and sea and beach. That's also nice. I can live with that totally. So we're gonna find out. And it's gonna be very exciting, and it probably will take us a while too. We really want to take some time to stay at places, get to know people, get to know alternative schools and learning systems for the children too, because obviously they will not go to the German school anymore. They will be out of the school system in this time and do homeschooling or try alternative school systems if we get to know some like alternative communities or things like this. And I'm really looking forward to this experience. I'm so ripe for it. I don't know if you say that have that expression in English. In Germany we say it, but anyway, yes. So this is going to be a very exciting journey, I hope. And I'll definitely share it with you guys, of course. And right now, I just hope that everything works out well so that we really can do this next year. So yeah, we are both working in the web design area right now, graphic design and things like this. And for it, you basically just need a computer. So we can just take a laptop with us and work from anywhere. This is really good because it gives us this freedom to work from anywhere, but we are not at the point yet where we can survive with what we're earning, where we can live from what we're earning in this business. So yes, this point we need to reach before for us to be ready to go on that trip. But we are working on it, and that's definitely one of our big goals for now and for the future. And we hope that by I don't know, like September, October, something next year, that we will be ready to leave Germany behind for a while and go travel to other countries in Europe.
I'm a traveling spirit, I've seen many shores, from the West Pacific to the island of Kenya. They treat me like a son anywhere I go, and even though no one can tell, I still feel that I'm